And then the next question, we just have a few more questions here. What do you want to see or not in a resume or cover letter? And any application tips you can provide to attendees relative to those resumes and cover letters to make them stand out?
I'll start with that. I will say for a resume, be extremely concise. Depending on where you are, the length of your career, I would say 1 page. If you're more senior in your career, so I will say I've been doing this for a long time, 2 page. Please don't ever go to 3. It has to be incredibly error-free. Read it 3 times, 5 times. Get the team here to also read it. Truly error-free. Have action words, so coordinated, developed, those kinds of words. Visually appealing. Don't make the font teeny, and when we say 1 page, don't make it, the margins a quarter. So the experts here at WorkSource can truly help you pick out, I'm going to say the highlights, where we may want to, maybe I've worked somewhere for 10 years and I want to get into all these really cool things I've done. No, the experts here will truly help you pick the highlights.
Now, some employers say only 2 pages. Others say as many pages as you need to use in terms of the job posting and your skill set. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So some employers may only want 2. Other employers, like the UW, may want as many pages that may be relative to your skill set.
Yeah. I particularly don't care about the pages. I would back Sue up, but I don't particularly care about the pages. You can have up to 20 pages for all I care, but you just better capture us by the first page. Don't wait until
I'm with you.
Don't wait until page 19 or 20 to tell me that you have the required degree, because you've lost me by then.
For sure.
So you work that out in your head any way you want, but you need to capture the reader by the end of the first page. And that goes back to targeting that announcement, that resume or application toward that particular job. You should be, there's no reason at all why you should not be in here in the WorkSource or any other employment assistance office 2-3 times a week while you're applying for positions. So
I'll jump up because I have a really just quick tip as it relates to cover letters. Articulate your value. Make sure you articulate your value and how you relate to that position. What do you bring to that opening? And I'll be quiet.
I just like to add on resumes. Recruiters they always say about 60 seconds. Probably less than that. I actually saw something where they were looking at someone scanning, a recruiter scanning a resume, and they use colors to see how far they go, whether really intense. About 30 seconds. Now, for format, for me, what I like is, of course, I like summary of qualification, no objective statement, because most of them don't make any sense anyhow. You're just telling them what you want. Then maybe a summary of qualifications, then what your experience is, and then what your accomplishments are. Because a lot of employers will look at you, when you put your experience, you're just telling us what you did. Okay, so what? But then you say, I saved the company $250 million doing this. They're going to say, okay, that's great. Well, look what they've done. So that's a real great way of being, separate from someone who just uses a regular resume, for lack of a better definition, to someone who actually shows what they did and what they accomplished.
We've got about 10 more minutes left.
Because I do strategy and planning, I'm going to take this to another level. And I think what you're hearing is not one size fits all. And I go back to the research, and informational interviews are so important, I do believe. And going on to the websites of the employers. Even within our state agencies, we're all different. Not everybody's going to do an informational interview because a lot of agencies are quite busy right now, but some do. So I wouldn't count yourself out from doing that. I'm not encouraging you to pick up the phone and start calling everybody, but it is important to get as much information as possible before making an application. So if one employer likes a resume one way, another likes it another way, it's in your best interest to actually, find out how they want that resume so that you can make it in a way that is going to be accepted.